Hey students, today we are on lesson 3-7, practice multiplying multi-digit numbers. Our learning goal is up here on the board. You can read it with me. I can find the product of multi-digit factors. So go ahead and open your workbook to page 105 so you can follow along while we work through our solve and share and the visual learning bridge and guided practice. Okay, here's our solve and share. Which of the two car payment options will cost less for 1 year? How much less? Solve this problem any way you choose. Show all of your work. So one part of our monthly amount, here's our options. Monthly amount, we would pay $325, and you have to think about, okay, well, how many months are in a year? This would be for 12 months. Now, quarterly, if we break our 12 months up into quarters, there are 4 quarters that it would be split into. So like every 3 months, they would pay this. So there would be 4 payments of the 952. So go ahead and pause here and see what answer you're gonna get. Okay, let's go ahead and solve through it. If I take my 325 and I multiply by 12, so 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 more is, 5, sorry. At least I caught it. 2 times 3 is 6. Bring my 0 here down, crisscross out my old numbers. Now I'm gonna do 1. 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3 is 3. So now I just add them together. And we get $3,900 total for the year that they would pay toward their car payment. Now, if I did it quarterly, so you would have to have more money at one time, but it would be spaced out. We'll take our 952 and we'll take it times 4. So 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 4 is 20, 4 times 9 is 36, and then we have to add 37, 38. Okay, so we'll find that if you can save up your money and pay quarterly, you actually save about $100 than when you pay monthly. All right, so how much, well, which costs less? The quarterly costs less, and we could just say about $100 less. Really, it would be like, what, 92, but about 100 works. Okay, go ahead and flip over to your next page. So we are using multiplication to solve problems. Let's go ahead and read through our virtual learning bridge. What is the yearly total for water, gas, and electric? What is the yearly total for cell phones? So we are paying things quarterly, except for cell phones, you pay monthly. That's an expensive cell phone bill, but I guess if you have a lot of people on it. Okay, so the standard algorithm for multiplying whole numbers involves breaking numbers apart using place values. That's just our standard algorithm. The cell phone bill is $271 per month, which is the only one that's different than those other ones, which they're paying every quarter, so 4 times a year. So what is the yearly total for water, gas, and electric? So they had to find 4 times the 760 and the 510. The 760 they pay 4 times a year for water, and the other one they pay 4 times a year for gas and electric. And so they decided to write it like this because it's going to be easier to multiply one time by a larger number. So what they did is they added together their 760 and their 510 to get 1,270. And they multiplied it by 4 to get 5,080 for water, gas, and electric. And so then they had to find, second part of the problem, they had to take their 271 and multiply it, I have to rewrite that, by 12. So they set it up like this, and they used their standard algorithm. So they took the 2 times 1 to have 2, 2 times 7 is 14, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. So we have 542 for the first part. And then they have, they're multiplying, they put their 0 here, and they're multiplying by their 1. So their 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 7 is 7, 1 times 2 is 2. And then when they add that together, they get 3,252. So their final step on here is to add together those two parts, because the question is, Oh wait, nope, it was separate. We didn't even have to add them together, so that's nice. So for the first question, it said, what is the yearly total for water, gas, and electric? Well, we've got our answer there, $5,080, or $5,080. And then we have our $3,252 for the cell phone. It's a lot of money when you look at it over a year. Alrighty, let's go ahead and click over, I'll click, you turn your page over to your guided practice. Okay, so Carlos saves 18 cents every day of the year. If there are 365 days this year, how many cents will you have saved by the end of the year? Write an equation that represents the problem and then solve the equation. So first, if we have 18 cents in one day, then I would multiply that by the 365 days that are in a year, and then I'm going to find my answer. And so when we have an unknown answer, we can use a variable. So that's a letter that represents an unknown number. We haven't solved it yet. So we could set it equal to maybe C for Carlos. Okay, and so then I need to actually multiply my 365 times 18. You could use the box method or you could use the standard method. So 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6, I always go 6 times 8 is 48. And then plus 4 more, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. And then 8 times 3 is 24, plus 5 more, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Add that 0 here down below, crisscross out your old numbers. 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 6 is 6, 1 times 3 is 3. And we're gonna add them together. We have our 0, 7, 9 plus 6, 15, and then 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 and 3 is 6. So he has 6,570 cents in a year, or C for Carlos, C for cents, that works too. Okay, let's go ahead and try a couple problems over here. It's wanting us to use our standard algorithm. If that is something you're still more familiar with the box method, we're gonna try some. Let's at least try one with our standard algorithm with me, and try one with your standard algorithm on your own, and you could use box method on the other ones. So for this first one, they've got little boxes for you to fill in. Up here it says to estimate each product and then complete the calculation. So if I was going to estimate this, I would probably round 11 to 10, leave my 134. When I multiply that, my estimated answer, I'm just gonna add a 0 to that top number. So about 1,340. Let's go ahead and go through and actually solve. So 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 1 is 1. Kind of nice. All right, 0 down below, crisscross out your 1. 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 1 is 1. And then I'm gonna add them together. We have our 4 drop down, 4 plus 3 is 7, 3 plus 1 is 4, and then we have our 1. So our final answer is 1,474. Remember, we go back 1, 2, 3 numbers, and that's where our comma goes. So our ones, tens, hundreds are to the right, and then our thousands is to the left. Okay, let's go ahead and try number 4, and then let's try number 5. Those are a little bit bigger numbers. And I'll leave these 2 for you to do before we do group. So 428 times 35. Well, 5 times 8 is 40, so I'm going to carry this 4 over, put my 0 down below. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. 5 times 4, 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 more is 21. 0 here, crisscross out my old numbers. And I'm going to do 3 times 8. I'm actually going to erase my old numbers because I'm running out of room. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 more is 7, 8. And then 4 times 3 is 12. I need to add this together. 0 plus 0 is 0. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. 2 plus 2 is 4. And so we have 14,980. All right, go ahead and give 4 and 6 a try, and we will check our answers when we get into group. All right.